I am thrilled to have you with us today. Listen, get out your journals because we have Megan Rysdale from Leadership Johnson County and Eric Saunders from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Indiana with us. They've got a really great program to share with us. So remember, we're connecting and celebrating remarkable business leaders from our very own community. We're redefining the way we think and grow. Remember, subscribe to our channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss an episode. Are you ready to hear about the program? Let's go. This is so awesome that you're here in the studio live. We've been talking about this for months.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Eric, I met you. We were at Aspire Johnson County Coffee Connections, and Megan said, hey, we have a project with Leadership Johnson County. And so I want you guys to really talk to us about how this whole thing developed and how people can get involved today.
I would, but I'm a little shy.
You are not shy.
Getting all nervous and everything like that. No. I would first want to say thank you for you guys having this setup. This is nice, and definitely glad to be here, and glad we were able to cross paths. So shout out to our good friends over at Aspire for making a connection like this that has actually led to something that's a big opportunity. And that's why we're here today, to really try to emphasize on that opportunity. And I'm with Big Brothers Big Sisters. I serve as manager of community engagement. Been at Big Brothers Big Sisters on and off for about 10 years. Took a sabbatical, midlife sabbatical, but was able to come back, and we were faced with this opportunity where we essentially are always trying to recruit for mentors. But since that time, COVID had happened, and so much has happened in our society, and the need for mentors had went up, and but our waiting list for youth had actually went up. And so we wanted to make sure that as we serve Marion County, Johnson County, and Hamilton County, that we are building relationships in all three of those counties. That we got agencies all over the country, but it's important that you navigate and build those relationships and opportunities to partner as we're trying to, get those goals and serve those kids.
So Leadership Johnson County, tell us a little bit about that program, Megan, because this is your project.
Yeah, so obviously, once again, thanks for having us. We very much appreciate it. So our project this year, so a little bit about Leadership Johnson County. They are a nonprofit in the community that helps to build leaders within, specifically within Johnson County through Franklin College. And part of the project in which cohorts are built and designed is to be able to serve the community through their own pilot project. So in our case this year, when we were deciding of who we wanted to assist, we went and also kind of visited some other nonprofits in the area. And ultimately, the question that we asked was, how can we impact the community long term? Mm-hmm. And obviously, I have been a big now for over 3 years with my little here in Johnson County. And it's very much had an impact on my life in more ways than I could have ever imagined. So obviously, when we were left with the decision to decide of which program we wanted to kind of partner with, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Indiana was one of the first ones that came to my mind in trying to kind of push the group to want to become more involved. Mm-hmm. So in thinking back to what it is that we ultimately wanted to do as a group is have a lasting impact on youth in the community. So Big Brothers Big Sisters seemed like a really good fit for us.
I love that. For so many years I've mentored in different programs, but yet I think this was such an impactful project, I think, because of what you guys do, what you're doing today, this specific big for Johnson County, right? But it's getting people involved and saying it's not just Johnson County, it's Central Indiana. Mm-hmm. And so it reaches so much of a broader audience. And talk to us a little bit about the program. I know we've got something right here I wanted to share. Make sure we touch on that first, because if you're watching, I want you to go to the website. And Joe, if you can bring that up for us for Big Brothers Big Sisters, because they've got a flyer here that I want you to kind of talk us through about the events coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just for those, like I said, I feel like this is a lunch and learn for those having a lunch and learn. So we refer to all of our mentors as bigs and the kids as little. They hang out about 2 to 3 times a month for about 4 to 6 hours. And so we have bigs such as Megan here who say, you know what, I like to dedicate, at least 12 months. And that's what we ask of everybody, to be involved in the program. And a lot of times it goes beyond the 12 months in terms of being matched. And so actually right here in Johnson County, we're going to be graduating 8 of our matches from our we have about 80 matches that are actually out here in Johnson County this year. And so then we have about 50 kids who are actually waiting. So again, that number has gone down a little bit, but we have about 50 youth who are waiting for a big brother or a big sister right here in Johnson County now. What you're seeing on the website, and you're going to see a lot of reference to our Rally for Mentors campaign. And so we are focusing on 300 men in 3 months. So the majority of those youth that are waiting are always simply little brothers and that are waiting for a mentor. Now, it's about a 70-30 split, ladies, in terms of who's mentoring. So that's majority women who are mentoring in a program. So again, we're making a special call to guys out there who have that time. And people say, "Oh, I don't have time." And I'm a poet. I'm a little philosophical. I'm like, "You're right. You don't have time. Time has you. 168 in the weeks, and you telling me you don't have 2 for a little, So, but no, it's just. But we think about stuff that you were probably going to do anyway. I know we're not probably working on homework. You about to, since you about to go back to school. But you can work on homework together. You can just take a walk, just talk, just really just show up. For somebody. And I think a lot of times, man, we tend to really truly forget that kids will become adults one day, and hopefully will live longer as adults than they do kids. And so that's what we want to do. It's a lot going on. It's a lot that's influencing our youth in ways that I think a lot of us did not relate to coming up, and it's really in your face, not just and all the kind of the problems that are coming with the world is really kind of in your face, but not enough guidance and mentoring through these issues that our kids are trying to navigate through. And so again, the rally is major, so major that we got a couple of events coming up starting on April the 17th, where I'm inviting, if you hear my voice, I'm inviting you for free to Victory Field, home of the Indianapolis Indians, where they're going to be retiring Razor Shine's number in September. Okay, ask me. But they're also partners with us in this campaign, along with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Indiana Sports Corp. But on April 17th, 12 o'clock, we're going to have a social right there at Victory Field, and you can come watch the ball game and tell your boss or whoever, hey, I'm watching the baseball game and networking today. So that's on the 17th. And on the 25th, all right, so we're going to be doing our closeout for our project with Leadership Johnson County at the Taxman Brewery. That's over in Bargersville. So I've been over there. So we're going to make sure everybody gets a beverage, the first folks that come out. So we're gearing up to have that so that we can close out our campaign efforts. So again, that's on April 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Taxman.
That's a busy day in Johnson County. That's an exciting day. Yeah.
Yes. So
that's awesome. Yep. So who was your mentors? Like when you were growing up, when you think about who a mentor is, what they gave you, kind of how you frame that up in your mind, to give back now as adults. What did that look like for you, Megan, as a kid?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think ultimately over the course of my life, I've had numerous mentors because as I think in thinking about big brothers, big sisters too, we all know that it takes a village. It doesn't take one specific person. And I think when I think about who it was that impacted my life, ultimately I think about some of the teachers that I've had growing up and how they pushed me to be a better version of myself. And to this day, that's one of those things that I continue to consider in the mentorship that I have with my little. And one of the other points, too, that I'd like to maybe connect to that is that ultimately when I had decided to sign up to be a big, I came in with the idea that I was going to be the one probably, hopefully changing the life of my little. But ultimately, it was kind of a two-way street in terms of how she positively impacted my life too. So currently, I would say, even though traditionally we think about mentors being older or, what have you, my little has also impacted me in a positive way, even though she's young and a lot less maybe qualified or, has a career or anything of that nature, but she does treat school like a career sometimes. So, but that being said, I think ultimately it's just reflecting on some of those teachers that have pushed me to be a better version of myself, and just reflecting on that and where I am now, and going back to school, of course. But what about you, Eric?
Well, look. Oh man, I am a village kid. So we talk about statistics and everything like that. So like I was born to two teenage parents, but so immediately that village kind of stepped in for me on near east side of Indianapolis, Indiana, and being able to navigate was just I was that kid that if all the elders were going fishing, here I am 5-6 years old, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, out fishing with them. And I don't know, it was something I always say. That's one of my jokes, is it's like hanging out with people who are 70 plus old with fishing poles and all their beverages and snacks that they take to fishing. Like, and they tell me, you better sit down somewhere. Don't scare the fish away. And, of course, me, no phone, no technology, me, the water, the trees, this fishing pole, and how to catch. But I take that as a lifelong lesson for me. Sometimes people say, Eric, you tell jokes, you're goofy. I know, but I know how to sit my butt down somewhere and learn how to mind my business and focus on what's in front of me. So I always like to contribute a lot to those elders early in my life, and then, my coaches for like sports, and I'm friends with my 5th grade teacher to this day. A lot of folks really kind of impacted, my life, and just kind of helped me, just ask bigger questions and, get connected and try to, put these skills together. But it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for other people, so.
It's hard because today, I'm doing mentoring at a school, and we do it every day. We're doing leadership, just trying to help them invest and feel better about their lives. And it's so hard because social media, right? Everybody's on their phones. And so trying to create experiences that are actually human experiences instead of all this technology. What are some things that you guys have learned as mentors in this program? That's the give back, right? That's what you learn from the kids. But being present is half of it. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's exactly what this organization kind of gets at, is not only being present, but making young people feel like they're also worthy and they can do whatever their dreams are. And just having that support there to, be an open door, and being adaptable, I would say, is also important, because when it comes to mentoring, you're never going to have the perfect mentorship. There's always going to be things that pop up or questions that need answered, and sometimes you need to seek additional parties to get responses, and in which case part of the mentorship with Big Brothers Big Sisters is that you do have someone who's there where you're able to rely on them and say, hey, I have this issue, or my little needs this, they don't have access to a coat in the winter, who can you put me in touch with in the community that can help get her a coat so that she's not cold standing waiting for the bus in the morning. So different things like that have come up over the years of mentoring, and making sure that we're addressing it as needed and being open and just keeping that open line of communication.
I would, being, especially with Big Brothers Big Sisters, something, I was a big brother for about 3 years, and during that time we were doing some research into this concept of a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And we talk about how much it helps our youth, but then when you think about your own fixed mindset and your own, what does that mean for you as an adult? Because you're trying to meet somebody where they're at, and given the situations, and we can go into all the systems and how our country's made and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it to impact this child's life right now? You know, they don't have time to read through reports and reports. They just want to know, hey, can you come and play catch? You know, can we watch some WrestleMania together, which is in a week. I have, you know, WrestleMania 40. And so, you know, again, this, you know, creating those moments, and that's what I've learned. I've been a teacher. I was a PE teacher. Very, very proud of it because, I mean, that was a couple of years ago. Now I'm looking at young people do things that they were already kind of ruled out. I never forget, I was working with a kid. He had a tragic incident, lost 2 fingers. And I was just like, you know what? This might come off wrong. I said, you think you want to beat me? All right. I said, well, I'm gonna throw this tennis ball at your face, and I need you to catch it. And he was like, no, Mr. Saunders. Was like, listen, if you want to be the athlete that you want to be, man, I want to help you with your hand-eye coordination. I want to help you with some things that'll help benefit you as an athlete, and let's disregard all those other, you know, the things that may have happened. Last time I saw that kid was maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and saw he was starting JV for Arsenal Tech High School. Wow. And you know, and so it was just like, I'm yelling his name from the crowd, and he's looking back mean and serious, and he saw it was me. He's like, oh, hey, Mr. Saunders. So, like, right there in the middle of a basketball game, you know, he was able to even take note of somebody like that I feel safe with, somebody that I can talk to, somebody who's invested some time enough with me to know that I can trust this person, and gives you that ability for him to say, hey, I know how to trust somebody. So, like, because every adult you can't trust.
Right.
You know, every person you can't trust. So, again, that trust and that willingness to support that child and sow that seed, it really, truly makes a difference.
Hi, this is Melanie Ake. When you visit everydayleaders.com, you'll find valuable resources to become a better leader in your life. Women's leadership programs, including Top Floor Women, our monthly networking events, corporate workshops, and strategic business coaching services. Discover classes and products to develop yourself, including our morning leadership devotionals. Don't forget, order one of my inspirational books, sign up for classes, or pick up some gear in the Leader Store. Listen to the Everyday Business Leaders podcast, apply to be a guest in our studio, or even sponsor your own commercial advertisement. Contact us today at everydayleaders.com.
And on that point, too, I mean, just showing up, having someone there that's consistent, you know, even if it is a couple times a month, at least when I do see my little, she knows that I'm there and that I'm able to be there for her when sometimes her family can't at school and have people show up for events and stuff. And that makes her feel special when she can tell her classmates or her teacher, oh, my big sister is coming. You know, she's bringing her family too, because little did I know that it would just be me adopting her, but my family too, when it comes to, you know, going out and doing fun things as well. Just showing up is really important.
But I think you said something really important for people to take away is it's just not for kids that are from single parents, right? It's families that may just not have the ability to do more.
Right.
I think there are a lot of misconceptions, and so we go ahead and address that. I think a lot of times people might assume that kids are court ordered to be in the program. They're not. You know, this is something that kids want to be a part of. I actually believe that I can do something with this spark. And, you know, and when the odds were up against me and going through the things I went through, here I am able to change my stars. And like I said, it's a really beautiful thing when you're able to see that in real time and actually happen. Because on the other side of that is a lot of, you know, horrible things going on in our society. So definitely grateful for those wins. And just gives me, you know, I'm hopeful for faith and love and that we're able to keep this thing going.
Yes. Well, so the money. So when we raise money and we say we give to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the programs that you guys support, you know, Leadership Johnson County is a part of getting this visibility for you so that funds can be raised and so people can know, like, hey, it's the time and resources to the human capital that you need. But the money, the funding goes to a lot of these programs and for you, right? For you to be staffed and also be a volunteer and be a Big Brother. So talk to us about kind of the financial impact to our community.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'll say, just because this was fairly recent, is that so when I signed up to be a Big, our relationship manager specialist asked, what is it that you want to see out of the match? And one of the things that my little said was, oh, I heard that you can go swimming with the dolphins, and I really want to do that with my big. Mm-hmm. So fast forward to a couple weeks ago, and we were on a wait list for over 3 years, and we finally were invited to go to the Indianapolis Zoo to go swimming with the dolphins. Oh. And it was the best experience that she had ever had in her life.
Oh, wow.
So I will say, speaking from experience, one of the pieces that the financial side does help is to get kids out in the community doing fun things that they wouldn't be able to afford otherwise doing. Mm-hmm. And that's a memory that she'll have for the rest of her life, that she'll look back on and really, have fond memories of being together with myself and her. So, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would just say, we want to make sure that we're employing people who, want to be a part of this, opportunity to engage with community and do things with a sense of credibility. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to get in this nonprofit world, and just be honest, you actually got to do what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And to do that, you need the right people who are, put in the work, stand up late to really ensure. All of our job is to ensure child safety. Ensure child safety and build, that trust in community. Not to pull, some wool over your eyes, but to actually say we're doing the work that we say that we're going to do. And so, again, that's largely for what that takes care of. Mm-hmm.
So corporations, like Leadership Johnson County has this program, mm-hmm. which is awesome. Other companies that are embracing you, United Way, and so directed donation campaigns that people can always give to you no matter yes. what, right?
Yes, actually. Refer to my notes here. Can I borrow your readers? No. So actually, shout out to Joe, who works over in our development team. He's mm-hmm. going to be leading up our Play for Kids sake that we have been doing the last couple of years. And we're going to be on the south side here at Planetary Brewing Company on the 8th of May. Woo. And so that's going to be trivia and drinks for teams of up to 10 players, name recognition of event website, an opportunity for door prizes and swag and more. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be at the AMP at 16 Tech, World Penn Woodland Bowl. But like I said, south side right here,
yeah.
Where you don't have to travel too far out. We're going to be there on the 8th. So that's an opportunity to get, your corporate team together to be a part of that, to engage with that in that endeavor. So definitely always looking to engage with different corporations so we can give presentations and build relationships with those organizations as well.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about Johnson County, Leadership Johnson County, the program, how you actually went through that to get involved, and just a little bit more information on it.
Yeah, sure. So obviously Leadership Johnson County, this year actually is the 30th year that it's been around. So they recently just celebrated the 30th anniversary. So very grateful to be in that cohort this year on such an important time and date. So ultimately, when you decide if you'd like to partake in Leadership Johnson County, you go through an application process and you have to apply, and you can be nominated by past people who have gone through Leadership Johnson County. And then we meet about once a month for an entire day from 7:45 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And each day is kind of centered around a different topic. So most recently, one that I think sticks out to all of us was we had a media day where they bring in community leaders from different media entities, and it really provides the opportunity for us to get to learn about the impacts that they're also having here within Johnson County. Mm-hmm. So some of the other days, maybe Agriculture Day, they took us to see different elevators of feed and things like that. So maybe areas that we wouldn't normally explore otherwise, just so that we're really well versed on what is here within the community. And just really trying to bring attention to other nonprofits that can help, whatever the case might be. If we know someone who needs a resource, just making sure that we're really informed there. So, so it's been great. And then obviously, as we go through the project or the process, we do our projects and we get to pick amongst a cohort of about 8 people. So that's within our group. We have about 8 of us who decided to partake in this Leadership Johnson County Big for JoCo. So that's the name of our group project, and we'll be finishing here in the next few weeks to walk at graduation at Franklin College on May the 8th. So by then we'll have completed our project, and to kind of just expand a little bit on what our project is. So we partnered with Eric to help get him in front of businesses here in Johnson County to try to recruit bigs. The other side of that is that we've helped Sophia, who is in charge of the event partnerships, to enhance more opportunities for bigs and littles to have low cost or no cost activities to be able to do, so that there's not that cost barrier in having something to do. So really kind of, honing in on what maybe the problems are in terms of trying to get people within Johnson County to sign up to be big, so that they don't have to drive to the main Big Brothers Big Sisters office downtown to be able to do fun things. And then also the other side of our project is that we were able to find some event spaces that were offered up in kind for Big Brothers Big Sisters to come and host some local game nights throughout the year. So we're hoping that with having all these amazing activities that we were able to partner within the community, that will help to try to get bigs to sign up here within Johnson County, if they know that there's not a cost barrier to being able to do these fun activities together.
And I think it helps with that relationship building. A lot of people who don't know who we are might get us mixed up with other mentoring organizations. And so then it gives us an opportunity to kind of promote also some of these businesses. Like I said, we serve over about 1,200 kids a year. And so that's 1,200 different big brothers and sisters. And then, we have board members, and we have folks who support us as well. And so it's like, it's an opportunity for, even if that's small business, trying to get yourself in these networks. And so whatever we can do to kind of leverage our network to, because we're also saying, hey, look who's having a good time at this place, or I know you said the Orchard, and some of those places. So it's like we want, to be able to share where we're going. And I think that kind of, highlights some of these great opportunities in the community too.
Thanks for changing lives.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just the partnership, but I think, most of all is like the vision for the community, right?
Yes.
Taking Leadership Johnson County in the program and saying, hey, we believe that this is important and we want to celebrate it. And so just congratulations to you. And May 8th is another big day that we need to consider, right?
Yes.
So good job. Good job with your cohort, and congratulations to you for all your success.
Well, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Not too many people say, let me find the benefit of connecting people and empowering people. And so, everything accolade that's come your way is well deserved, and we're grateful for this opportunity to be in here.
Oh, thanks. We'll come back.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
Say, how about May? No.
I'm telling you, I would
circle
love
back
to,
around for June, July.
Just keep sharing your story, because I think it's important. Like, people know the story, but then to find out like what's happening, right? So come back and share the other things that are happening throughout the year, and we'd love to help continue to promote you.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
So wasn't that awesome? You guys are seeing so much of this. So thank you for tuning in to the episode of Everyday Business Leaders. I hope you were inspired to think and grow differently today. I know I was. And, it's never too late to sign up to be a big sister or a big brother. Remember, the journey of growth and innovation, it never ends, and it's our mission to keep bringing you the best insights from our local community. So stay tuned for more episodes filled with wisdom, innovation, and inspiration. This is Melanie Ake, signing off from JP the Geek Studio, where better IT service is just a call away. They say own it, secure it, and protect it. Remember, until next time, don't forget, subscribe to our channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss an episode. Everyday Leaders helps you to develop strategies to be a better leader in your life. It's not what you do in a day, it's what you do every day that makes the most impact. Thanks for following us.